Hello and welcome to another painting tutorial. I've decided to start with a little bit of cherry blossom practice because I've never painted cherry blossoms before, and I wish I dedicated a little bit more time to that because you will see in the final result cherry blossoms really didn't come out as nice as I hoped they would be, and even as nice as the practice pieces came out. So if I have one piece of advice right away, it is to practice more if you want to have really pretty cherry blossoms on your card. But you live and you learn. It seems like they're very simple. They are actually not. So you have to really get it down to where you'll be confident painting those cherry blossoms. If you watched any of my previous painting videos, you know I'm a big fan of Jane Carkill's book, Watercolor in the Woods. So this bird is from that book as well. So if you'd like to try painting woodland creatures like birds and fungi and small animals and flowers and stuff like that, I highly recommend getting this book. If you're not very good at drawing, she provides templates you can use, but you can also hand draw by just looking at her illustrations like I do. But what I really like is the watercolor part, because she breaks it into these step-by-step instructions which are very clear, easy to follow, and they teach you how to apply paint to make it look really good. When I first looked at that bird, it looked extremely complicated because there are so many different colors, different hues, and you just feel a little overwhelmed at first. But the way she does those instructions, those step-by-step instructions, is that, you work on different parts of your painting at a time. And so you let some parts dry out first, and then you go back to them and add a little bit more color. So it kind of all works out in the end. And if they do have to mix, if the colors have to mix while they're still wet, she always includes those in the same step. So sometimes one step has very long instructions, and that's usually why, because there are multiple things you need to do at around the same time before the paint dries. So always read the entire instructions for one step before completing that, and then you can go to the next step. Since this painting part is going to take some time, I've decided I'm going to read you some facts about this bird. This bird is actually a blue tit, and those birds are common and widespread throughout the British Isles. So I assume that's why they made it to her book. She's an illustrator from Ireland, I believe, so she has a lot of local fauna, and flora in her book. And so it says that though the blue tit's world range extends to North Africa and Turkey, it is considered a European bird, unlike the far more widespread great tit. Its favorite habitat is broad-leaved woodland, but it is sufficiently adaptable to be abundant in a variety of other habitats, including gardens, which I assume is where she saw them, because she often posts pictures from her garden on her Instagram. The fact that really shocked me was that they are laying so many eggs. So it says that the typical range is 7 to 13 eggs. So this spring, I actually signed up to be a monitor for the bluebird in North America. And so those birds only lay about 2 to 4 eggs, maybe 5 at best. So here it says 7 to 13 and clutches as large as 19 eggs. all laid by the same female have been recorded, which is absolutely crazy. Small but mighty, this bird. Okay, now we're getting to the dreaded cherry blossom part where it didn't quite work out as I envisioned it. Honestly, I did not plan the painting, right? So I did the bird and then I thought I would like to add some cherry blossoms, but I did not really plan exactly where I would add them. At some point I was thinking maybe they would be just like kind of hanging from the side of the painting. So it was a last minute addition. So I feel like if I planned it better, I would have more space and kind of a better idea of exactly how I wanted to paint them. So here they are more of an afterthought. So I feel like I should have dedicated a little bit more attention and effort to this part of the painting. But at the same time, you know, all things considered, I'm happy with the final result, so it's fine. Other cherry blossoms where you live, we have really beautiful cherry blossoms in downtown DC. So I am excited for the cherry blossom season, and you have to go fast because otherwise they just all fall down, especially if it gets really hot. I don't know what's the weather gonna be like, but I love cherry blossoms. They're so beautiful, very photogenic. So I'm excited to see this sign of spring. That last cherry blossom on the right is my favorite. I feel like I had a little bit more patience when I approached it, and I really took my time picking different shades, making sure it works. So the one that I'm currently working on, I hated the most. So it was really like, as I was doing it, I was like, okay, happy mistakes, think happy mistakes. But it really was just a mistake. It wasn't particularly happy. That's my least favorite part of the entire painting, this dreaded flower that I'm working on right now. But the one on the right is close to what I actually envisioned painting cherry blossoms. So I will try and learn how to make more of those. So originally I was thinking maybe I would have a full-size design, but then I couldn't quite figure out what to put on top, and I thought it looks pretty as it is, and I wanted it to fit into the envelope, so I cut it in half, and now it does fit. And I'm excited to send this card to my friend. We talked about how excited we are for spring, and so I know she will appreciate this little spring message from me. But that is going to be it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, subscribe for more art videos, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!